But the Indiana Fever went all out for Caitlin Clark's logo drop. So there was a lot of excitement already fluttering about Gamebridge, and energy was high. They definitely spared no expense in letting everybody know that Caitlin Clark does have a new logo out. The arena was actually covered with t-shirts that said Caitlin Clark was here. The outside of the arena had her logo everywhere. She even showed up with all these accoutrements with a CC logo in it.
The WNBA is facing serious struggles right now, and much of the responsibility lies with the league itself. Its most exciting player, Caitlin Clark, has been out for weeks due to a groin injury. What started as a small issue has turned into a lengthy recovery. Without her on the court, the league's underlying problems have become much more obvious.
But the more these up-and-coming next-generation young guns enter the league, it is becoming more and more apparent that the WNBA veterans did not do much to really advance the game of the WNBA. They didn't really develop the game as much as they'd like to think. You have these rookies coming in and doing in one season, and doing in less than a season and half a season what it's taken these vets of the past 600, 700, 800, 900 games to do.
As Clark remains sidelined, Nike dropped a major announcement that's shaking up the basketball world. Her brand new signature logo has been revealed, and early buzz suggests it could easily outperform the work and visibility of any other WNBA athlete. For the rest of the league, it's a tough reminder of just how dominant Clark's presence has become, both on and off the court.
Listen, Caitlin Clark had a huge announcement today. The new Caitlin Clark logo is out. She took to Twitter and said, tune in, logo collection coming soon. Signature product dropping 2026. I think we getting them new CCs, them logo 3 CCs in 2026, y'all. It'll be no more Kobe PEs, which we've loved. We about to get them Caitlin Clark sneakers. Let's take a look.
Let's break down the numbers. On August 25th, Nike officially introduced Caitlin Clark as their newest signature athlete, unveiling the sleek interlocking C logo, arguably more polished than much of the league's own branding efforts. The reaction was immediate. Back in July, Clark's Kobe-inspired sneakers sold out within minutes, pushing Nike stock up 3% and fueling a 17% rally following strong earnings. But this move goes beyond a limited release. It's Nike committing $28 million over the next 8 years, essentially signaling that Clark's market value outweighs that of the entire WNBA.
If you are hoping to get your hands on the Caitlin Clark version of Nike's Kobe Bryant sneaker, you're out of luck. They are out of stock. The WNBA star teamed up with Nike for a player edition of the Kobe 5 Pro Tro, decked out in Indiana Fever colors. You see them on your screen. They dropped at 10 a.m. Monday, and they sold out before 11 a.m. In fact, in just minutes. The $190 kicks are already showing up on the secondary market at close to double the retail price.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit subscribe. The controversy goes beyond a single logo. It's about what that logo symbolizes. Clark now joins Aya Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu as the third WNBA athlete to secure a Nike signature shoe. But here's the real headline. She's the first woman in basketball history to receive her very own Nike logo.
I've been telling y'all to stay patient. I've been telling y'all that Nike takes their time, that A'ja Wilson's shoe deal was 2 years in the making, that Paige Beckers had PEs, not her own signature shoe, and that Caitlin Clark's was 100% coming. And people kept saying, oh, Nike fumbled the bag with Caitlin. It has to get out there. Nike fumbled the bag. No, they didn't. It takes time. She's got to develop a whole freaking product line. But they just announced, breaking news right now, we have a logo. That is the official Caitlin Clark Nike logo. And it's not just that. I mean, this is cool. Nike has just announced that a signature product line will be dropping soon, with signature shoes coming in 2026. Now, this is going to be her logo for all of her Nike stuff that is Caitlin Clark official stuff.
It's more than just shoes or apparel. It's a full-blown logo, a branding move that places Clark in the same conversation as Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant. Meanwhile, many other WNBA players are still working to make their names stick. The timing couldn't be harsher. Clark has been sidelined since July 15th with her groin injury, missing 15 consecutive games. The result? The league's ratings didn't just dip, they plummeted, collapsing faster than a house of cards in a storm.
Clark has been a lightning rod for attention since entering the league. She brought in new fans, national media, and even primetime slots. Her absence isn't just hurting the Indiana Fever, it's apparently impacted the entire league's momentum. But this also sparks a deeper conversation. Is it fair for one rookie to carry the weight of an entire league's popularity? You see, critics say the WNBA's marketing has leaned heavily on Caitlin Clark, while longtime stars like A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and others deserve more spotlight too. On the flip side, others argue Caitlin Clark is the draw, and the ratings prove it. Some even wonder.
The impact was clear in the All-Star game, which saw viewership drop 36% compared to the previous year, falling from 3.44 million to 2.19 million viewers. Games that were expected to be major draws instead looked like ghost towns on TV. Earlier in the season, a matchup between the Fever and Sky had pulled in 2.7 million viewers, but the rematch, played without Clark and Angel Reese, saw ratings fall so drastically that some networks chose not to release the numbers at all.
35%. WNBA ratings down. All-Star game 35% than last year. Yet you're telling me that it doesn't have to do with Caitlin. 35%. It really makes it difficult for fans of the WNBA in general and Caitlin Clark, like myself, to have conversations, to join a Discord, just to I don't know, want to just talk up the WNBA in general, when you can't even give Caitlin the props that she deserves.
Nike clearly recognized Clark's influence. Looking at the $52.3 million she generated for Iowa, $36 million for Indianapolis, and her 26% contribution to the WNBA's total economic activity in 2024, they decided not to wait for the league to catch up. This logo deal isn't just a business move. It's a statement that Clark has gone beyond the WNBA and become a force in her own right.
Caitlin will never be paid what she's worth by the WNBA because it is quite literally impossible for them to pay her what she's worth. An economist at Indiana University Columbus calculated that Caitlin Clark was responsible for $36 million in economic impact to the city of Indianapolis, and that she is responsible for 27% of the entire WNBA's economic activity for this past season, including attendance, merchandise sales, and television. One player.
In her rookie season in 2024, Caitlin Clark accounted for roughly 26.5% of all WNBA economic activity. Over a quarter of the league's ticket sales, merchandise, and media value came directly from her. Sports finance analyst Ryan Brewer noted that roughly 1 in every 6 tickets sold at WNBA games could be linked to fans showing up specifically to watch Clark. Her influence on attendance was unprecedented. The Indiana Fever saw their home crowds swell to an average of 17,036 per game, setting a league record that even outpaced their NBA counterparts, the Pacers, with total home attendance exceeding 340,000 in 2024. Without Clark, the league's attendance milestones lose some of their luster. While the WNBA reached a historic overall attendance of 1.58 million in 2023 and was on track to surpass 2.5 million in 2025, it's clear that Clark was the main driver behind those numbers. Given her massive impact, Nike's decision to secure a long-term partnership and develop a full product line around her was an obvious move. Ann Miller, Nike's executive vice president of global sports marketing, highlighted in a press release that Clark is not only an extraordinary athlete, but also a remarkable ambassador for the game. In other words, Nike is essentially centering its women's basketball strategy around her, betting that this investment will yield billions as Clark grows into a global icon of the sport.
Means as much to their league, whatever league it is, as Caitlin Clark means to the WNBA. And no person has done more for their league than what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. Patrick Mahomes does not mean that much to the NFL. Steph Curry does not mean that much to the NBA. LeBron James does not mean that much to the NBA. She is a a monster. When we look back on this, Caitlin Clark will be for the WNBA what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were for the NBA. If this thing ever becomes as big as some people think it can become, she will be the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. You needed two of them to take the NBA to another level. You needed Magic and Larry. She doesn't need anybody.
As if the WNBA weren't already struggling without Clark, the rest of the league has been hit by an unprecedented wave of injuries this season. Clark's absence is just the tip of the iceberg. According to Next Hoops, players have suffered 212 injuries so far, resulting in 859 games missed with 2 weeks still left in the regular season. The tally includes 10 ACL tears and numerous MCL injuries, with the Golden State Valkyries alone reporting 27 separate cases. This isn't just bad luck. It reflects systemic issues that are undermining the league's credibility and its ability to protect its top talent. Meanwhile, Clark's Nike deal is making everyone else look like they're playing in a completely different league. Her Kobe-inspired sneakers in fever colors sold out within minutes, with resale prices reaching $600 for shoes originally priced at $190. That's not just popularity, it's frenzy, the kind of cultural influence Nike is banking on to generate billions over the life of her contract. The WNBA wants to act like it isn't dependent on a single player, but the numbers tell a different story. Without Clark, viewership has plunged from the usual 2 to 3 million range to as low as 459,000 for some games. The league has gone from proudly sharing every ratings milestone when Clark is on the court to staying silent when she's out. It's not a coincidence. It's desperation in disguise. Adding insult to injury for other players, Nike is investing heavily in Clark while they continue to fight for basic recognition. Many of these same athletes wore "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts during All-Star Weekend, only to watch Clark land a deal that surpasses most of their lifetime earnings. Nike isn't just paying Clark. They're giving her Michael Jordan-level resources, the kind of investment reserved for global dominance.
A 10 for 10. And a lot of people have been getting on Nike because they don't feel like they have been promoting Caitlin as much as they should. But I will say we have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like in the past month or so, they have been tweeting about Caitlin more. And then obviously with the shoe release, they made this super sick commercial to promote it. And of course, just today, Caitlin Clark's new Kobe PE shoe sold out in less than a minute. And I saw so many tweets about this, so many people who were so sad that they missed out on this shoe. I saw that there was this one Dick's store and people were lined up around the corner, like camping out, trying to get the shoe.
Clark's logo collection is set to launch on October 1st, with a navy and yellow t-shirt dropping a month earlier on September 1st, and her first signature shoe planned for 2026. What makes this move especially impactful is that Clark was involved in the design process from start to finish. The two interlocking C's represent her global connection with fans, while a smaller hidden C reflects how her game was developed from the ground up. This isn't just merchandise, it's storytelling, brand building, and a level of marketing sophistication that makes other players in the league look like amateurs. The financial stakes are enormous. Sports economist Ryan Brewer had already projected that Clark's economic impact could reach $1 billion this season, and that was before the Nike logo announcement. Now, there's virtually no ceiling. When a single player can influence stock prices, sell out arenas, and generate viewership that rivals playoff games, you're no longer just talking about a basketball player. You're talking about a cultural phenomenon.
And I'm here to tell you, they dropping some merch too. Now you can pre-order Caitlin Clark signature t-shirts, man. Nike wasted no time in getting the ball rolling for the Caitlin Clark brand. Now I've been pretty vocal about this. I believe they're turning Caitlin Clark brand into a luxury athletic brand. Hence why the logo looked eerily, this is just my theory, to the Gucci logo. But I will say this though, it is a unisex logo. You can tell by how the logo is designed. You can tell by how the logo is made. It is definitely a unisex logo. And guys, I'm telling you.
Meanwhile, the WNBA is left watching their top star recover from an injury that might have been better managed, in a league that continues to struggle with protecting its players. The ongoing injury crisis isn't just affecting on-court performance. It's undermining storylines, disrupting narratives, and making it nearly impossible to cultivate lasting star power when top athletes are constantly sidelined. The psychological impact on other players is only beginning. Soon, They'll see Clark return to arenas packed with 15,000 fans sporting her logo, buying her merchandise, and chanting her name. They'll witness Nike marketing campaigns that far exceed anything the league itself has produced. They'll watch the level of star treatment that comes with being indispensable in a league where most players remain replaceable.
The Caitlin Clark collaborations just keep coming, ladies and gentlemen. The God Caitlin Clark has now done a collaboration with Stanley, man. You know how huge this is? You know how many ladies love their Stanley Cup, man? And now you got the most electrifying woman in women's basketball collaborating with them, man. I can't wait to see what it is. Is it going to be Clark's logo on the Stanley Cup, man? What is it going to be? Good job, Stanley, picking up Caitlin Clark to do a collaboration with y'all, man, because this is going to be huge, man.
Nike's commitment to Clark goes far beyond basketball. It's a strategic bet on the future of women's sports. Their entire women's basketball approach is being built around one player, Caitlin Clark. While the league's overall attendance might be reaching record highs, over 2.5 million fans, the reality is clear. Those numbers are driven by Clark. The moment she was sidelined, ticket sales dropped, some games were moved to smaller venues, and the league's carefully constructed momentum started to crumble. The Golden State Valkyries sold out all 16 home games, and the Fever posted record attendance totals. But without Clark, the league reverts to the struggles it's faced for decades. Her return is certain, but the damage to the WNBA's credibility may be lasting. The league has shown it can't thrive without her, can't fully protect her, and can't replicate her impact. Meanwhile, Nike is positioning Clark for global dominance, with a logo designed to outlive her playing career and merchandise that will generate revenue for years to come.
You know, just trying to be that kind of soundboard for her and that voice, having gone through something kind of similar and, you know, knowing obviously it's really unfortunate that we don't have her, but you know, she means a lot more to the game than just showing up and playing. And I think you're able to see that with just the excitement in Indy right now, regardless of if she's playing or not.
Meanwhile, Nike has effectively anointed Caitlin Clark as the face of women's basketball. With her new logo, upcoming branded apparel collection, and a signature shoe slated for 2026, Clark is no longer just a WNBA star. She's a brand unto herself. When she returns to the court wearing her logo on her jersey and shoes, it will feel less like a comeback from injury and more like a coronation. Nike's message is unmistakable. Clark is the player who will shape the future of women's basketball. The WNBA is only now realizing they never truly had a choice. The fans made that decision long ago, flocking to watch Clark in the millions while largely overlooking the rest of the league.
You, man, the ladies is gonna love this, man. They already be walking around with they big ass Stanley Cups, never letting it go. And now you got a God Caitlin Clark Stanley Cup collaboration. Fire, man. But what else can you do when the most electrifying woman in women's basketball is just out there, man? And you know you gonna want to do a collaboration with her because it's gonna bring all the goddamn attention, man. Good job, Clark. Congratulations, man. Let the endorsements and the collaborations keep rolling, ladies and gentlemen.
The worry isn't just about ratings or attendance. It's about relevance. Every other player in the league is about to be reminded that in professional sports, there are superstars, and then there's everyone else. Clark's Nike logo isn't simply fashion. It's a statement that she has transcended the sport. When she returns to the court wearing her signature logo, it won't just mark a comeback. It will be a coronation. Nike has already crowned their star, and the WNBA is only now realizing they never truly had a choice. The concern is just starting, and the league has itself to blame. Months were spent allowing injuries to accumulate, permitting other players to overshadow Clark, and acting as though the league could manage without its top talent. Nike's move has reminded everyone exactly what's at stake, and what the league risks losing if it doesn't get its act together. Clark's logo is more than merchandise. It's a clear warning to a league that forgot who really drives its success.